back today. We'll see sunny skies with highs in the mid-70s, clear tonight with lows in the upper 40s, and tomorrow a mix of sun and clouds with highs in the upper 70s. The City of Santa Clarita's 30th anniversary open house is tomorrow, Friday, December 15th from 2 to 5 p.m. at City Hall on Valencia Boulevard. Celebrate our accomplishments over the past 3 decades and eat cake. For more information, go to hometownstation.com.
Hello, everybody. It is a beautiful Thursday here in Southern California on KHTS Radio with Charlene. The name of the show, if you're just tuning in, is called At Home with Charlene. And I'm thinking, my wife, we were talking about you at dinner last night, because I told her you have a Madison in your life. And so she said, well, what's the show about? I said, well, she says, well, does Charlene have a last name? I said, no. I said, think about it. Elvis was, when you think about music.
Yes. Madonna.
Elvis. Cher.
Prince.
When you think about mortgages, you think about Charlene.
That's all you need to know. One name.
That's it. Period. Right? You don't even need to know the name of the company.
That's right.
They'll never know the name of the company.
Just
remember, so when you go to sleep tonight, dear listeners, I know you're driving, so the last thing you want to think about is Charlene. That's it.
Yep.
And then if you need money, mortgages, finance, we'll get into that stuff, right?
We'll touch
We're going to make it
everything.
interesting. We're going to make At Home with Charlene fun and interesting.
Informational and fun.
And today we have one of those shows. Today's going to be fun because we have Freed with us. Hi, Freed. How are you, my dear?
I'm good. How are you?
And she just has one name, Freed.
Yeah.
That's it.
So if you're thinking about escrow, you want to think about Freed. If you're thinking about mortgage, you want to say Charlene.
That's right.
And then Brian's here. Little scaredy cat Brian.
Yeah, you doing?
Look at him, little scaredy cat. You can get closer to the microphone. There you go.
You know, you should just call me by Kreuzberger. That's it.
That's your
last
nickname?
No, that's my last name, Kreuzberger.
Help him with the microphone. You got to talk into
Kreuzberger.
That's your last name?
Yes, sir.
No, it's not. Time on a second. Hold on a second. Yeah, you're with Farmers Insurance. One of my favorite companies of all time. And that's your last name, Kreuzberger. But you don't spell it Cruiz or never mind.
No.
Can I just call you Brian?
Sure.
So Charlene for mortgages, Freed for escrow, and Brian for insurance. And let's get into Christmas. Let's talk a little bit about Christmas.
I'm excited about Christmas.
Why?
I don't know. I've always been excited about Christmas.
People are nicer this time of year.
Yeah, but decorations, parties, cookies.
People dress up. You're dressed up.
We're dressed
up.
Freed's
dressed up. Freed's and boys. I know you can't. Well, they can see us on YouTube, but we're not live, are we? No, we're not.
We'll be on YouTube sometime the next day or so. We'll be able to see all of this.
So you see, Freed is in Boise State blue. You're in Elvis black.
That's right.
Okay, why are you excited about Christmas? I'm excited too. This is my favorite time of year.
I mean, when I was a girl growing up, we'd go to Grandma's house. We would bake cookies. We would have a big family dinner.
Time out. When you were a girl, what are you
when
now?
I was a little girl.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, we'd bake cookies. We'd have a big dinner. We would all gather around, play cards. It was fun. You know, we'd stare at all the presents under the tree and anticipate opening them. You know, what kid doesn't do that? Look at Christmas lights, drive around. You know, it's a fun time of the year.
Do you take the family over to that place off of Copper
We
Hill?
did. We already went.
Wakefield.
Yeah. That's amazing, isn't it? Mm-hmm. When I was a kid, I grew up on a street called Candy Cane Lane.
In the valley?
On Jamila Avenue.
Yes.
In Woodland Hills. And we had to put out, and we started like 2 months. I mean, it became such a hassle to do all that. I mean, it was so much work, you know.
Yeah, but everybody likes to look at it.
Oh, my God, yes. We should have charged.
One of the big things I always wondered, living on one of those lanes.
Was it fun? No.
Well, no. That's probably after time it's not. But I always wondered as a new buyer, buying in to that area.
Do you have to divulge that?
I don't know.
There is.
Do you?
There is.
Do you
that
have to disclose that?
There's a disclosure. I just saw one of my Facebook friends bought a new house. She said there was a snowman and a little sign on it that said, "Don't ask questions, you'll need it next year and you'll know why." Well, the whole neighborhood has one, and all the neighbors put it up in their front yard, and that's hers. She needs to put it up in the
Wow.
front yard.
I wanted to stay on Christmas, but let me just take a little side street here. What do you have to disclose today? You have to disclose that somebody passed away in the property. What else?
Yeah, if they were an owner, we have to disclose if somebody passed.
Okay.
I don't know, any major issues that the property's had. I don't know.
there's a document called the seller's disclosure where the seller
Separate
discloses,
document?
Yeah, where the seller discloses anything that they know is wrong with the property, and it's handed to the buyer.
Interesting.
Also
Okay.
included would be any losses, any water losses or anything
Yeah.
like that would also be disclosed
Yeah.
to new buyers.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, water losses, somebody passing away, probably a fire, right? If you had something like that. Okay, interesting. Back to Christmas on the show we call At Home with Charlene. I for some reason I just like that name. I mean, I like the name Charlene, but it's just a homey. Never mind. Okay, Christmas. So, what do you want for Christmas, Charlene?
I don't really have a big Christmas list. You know, when you get older, all you want is your family, your friends. You want to have fun events, fun times. And, you know, it's not about presents.
Just tells me you're healthy. Emotionally,
Yeah.
you're healthy. That's good.
Yeah.
So, let me see how well the millennials listening. When you think of mortgages, what name do you think of, Como, Mr. Como? What's the one name that comes?
One name there.
Truth be told, I'm not yet thinking about mortgages. I guess you could say.
We led you into that
Oh
one.
my God!
I had
Fail.
an air conditioning related topic in my mind. At the time.
Okay, so when you go to sleep tonight, what time are you going to go to bed tonight, Mr. Millennial?
You know, probably
Midnight,
something.
2
Yeah,
in the morning.
something reasonable. Something like
So, just one name you're going to think about for mortgages. Okay, someday you can be a homeowner, right?
that. Let's see if I had to guess. It'd be Charlene. That's
There
the
you
name?
go.
Okay,
Yeah,
there
she's
we go.
sitting right here in front of you.
Nice job.
Come on.
Okay,
I said, I'm just not thinking
Brian,
about it
you've got a great Christmas story.
Yeah, so, you know, growing up, Christmas is always really special in my family. You know, I have really fond memories of, you know, on Christmas morning, we would, you know, me and my brother and my sister would have to get up and we have to wake up my parents. We couldn't actually go out in the living room and see what Santa had brought. We had to wake them up, and of course, it was a whole ordeal. My dad would moan and groan and take 20 minutes to get up, and we were tortured trying to, you know, come on, Dad, let's go. And he'd get up, and then we'd go out, and he'd get the video camera ready, and he'd videotape us, you know, our expressions, and we see the tree and all the presents
Yep.
and what Santa brought, and we were good kids this year. And one of the other memories is that, you know, one of our biggest gifts every year, we had to go on a scavenger hunt to find it. So there was clues all over the house. You know, we'd open all the presents, and then my dad would say, oh, there's something in the tree. There was an envelope with my name on it. We'd open it up, and it'd say, you know, go get me, I'm hungry, you know, go get me something to drink. So I'd go to the refrigerator, and there'd be another clue. So it would take me all around the house, and, you know, he's recording me the whole time, and the excitement's building and building and building. You know, 4 or 5 clues later, I, you know, find the gift, and, you know, they get harder as you go. So it's not, you know...
Great idea.
But
though.
yeah, it was really
fun
cool,
idea.
you know. And then you'd go out and, like, I remember one year going out in the backyard and having a brand new mountain bike with a bow on it, and, you know, stuff like that. My brother had a Power Wheel one year, so we do that tradition with our kids now, and it's really cool.
That's fun. The show's called At Home with Charlene. Every Thursday at 2 o'clock. You're listening to KHTS award-winning radio station. Now, is your mom and dad listening to the show?
Yes,
Oh, cool. So what's my dad and mom's name?
Doug and Leslie.
Doug and Leslie.
Yeah.
Your son turned out. You did a nice job there, mom and dad.
Yeah, actually, my mom is a realtor, and my dad is an insurance agent. So.
Oh, with farmers?
No, he's actually
Well,
independent.
don't even say it. Don't even say it. Now,
Doesn't really matter.
your mom's a realtor. Does she know that Charlene is one of the finest professionals in the mortgage industry?
Absolutely. My mom actually introduced me to Charlene.
No kidding.
Yeah.
All right.
Kudos to mom.
Let's now end up with Freed, who's wearing Boise State colors. And the only reason I bring up Boise State, Oregon, my school, is playing you guys.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. What's your favorite college team? Do you have one?
I don't. I really don't.
gotta
I'm gonna.
find something
I'm
for
gonna be
you.
honest. I'm not a real football fan.
All right. You have to be honest because you run an escrow company, right?
Absolutely.
You have to be so honest.
Yeah, I do. I have to be honest.
You're like the referee. Do you realize that?
Yes,
Do you know what
I
a
am.
referee is?
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not that bad. I did play sports all through my
No, but I'm
younger
just
years.
saying
I am.
you're Switzerland. You've got to be neutral to both
Yes,
sides.
we are
All
the
right.
neutral
How?
party.
What do you remember about Christmas, or what do you like about Christmas?
What do I like about Christmas?
Yeah.
At my age, now that I'm older, I have 4 grandkids.
What's better than grandkids?
There is nothing
These
better.
These two little puppies
There
don't know
is
anything
nothing better than grandkids.
Oh, my God.
So we're actually
Amen,
going up
I
to
have
Northern
10.
California. 10.
9 boys.
Wow.
And 1 Madison.
Wow. And I bet you that Madison is spoiled.
Runs the family.
Uh-huh.
No, I mean seriously, runs the whole family.
It's very funny because I have a Madison also. She's my oldest granddaughter.
Are you?
See, our Madisons just run the roost.
This is unbelievable.
I don't know.
Madison, really? Your granddaughter's
Absolutely.
How old is your Madison?
She's 6.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
She's a little baby Madison.
Oh, no, but she runs the roost at home.
Yeah.
At her mom and dad's house. It's all Madison.
All
So,
right,
yeah.
Christmas. What stands out? Brian's story was great.
What stands out, one Christmas, it was our second year in Santa Clarita, and I
That's like
opened up-
7 dog years,
Yeah,
right?
actually. And I opened up a little package from my husband, and it has a little leather jacket in it, and I pull it out, and it has a key to a Harley Davidson.
Oh my goodness.
So, yeah.
You're a Harley girl?
Well, yeah, I was. About a year after that, I wrecked it,
Oh.
and so we
you
got
have a
rid of
sport?
it.
Did you have a sportster?
I did have a Sportster.
Yeah, I used to ride
Yeah,
bikes.
yeah,
Not
loved
anymore.
it.
I laid one down. That was it.
Loved it until I laid it down.
Yeah.
On the freeway. So yeah.
I
So-
laid mine down at the corner of Ventura and Canoga Avenue.
Oh,
Right in
wow.
the middle of the intersection. Besides being embarrassing and scraping up my knees, I just knew that was a message from God.
Absolutely.
I said, "Okay, God, I got you. I
Yeah,
got you."
yeah.
All right, KHTS. The show's called. What's the show called, Como?
Charlene in the house?
Close.
At home with Charlene.
There you go.
You are something
That's
else.
my little nickname for the show. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, okay. When you go to bed tonight, and before you pass out and go to sleep, and what are you going to think about?
Mortgages now naturally lead me to Charlene because those two words are.
I'm so proud of you now. I'm so proud
You're
of you.
catching on.
Oh, what do you want to talk about today? Anything on your mind?
We
you
do.
have a whole list there. You
I
got
do.
like-
I have a bunch of points that I think we should talk about.
Okay.
And-
we want to thank the firemen. Got to start the show.
Absolutely.
Every fire person, every police officer, every first responder.
Yes.
Holy moly! What a great class of people.
Countless
Absolutely.
days and hours. I mean, we brought people in from all other states to help with this.
Everywhere.
We have guys and gals from everywhere. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Unbelievable. We can't thank them enough. So
No.
Absolutely.
From our show to everybody that's listening and driving. You never know. The firemen may be tuned in to KHTS 1220.
Could be.
Do you know that you can listen, Brian, on hometownstation.com? Is that how your mom and dad are listening? Do you know?
I'm not sure. I think they're probably listening the old-fashioned way on the radio.
In their car?
Yeah.
Okay. Hometownstation.com or download the app. You need to do this, Brian and Free. Download the app. Go to the App Store. Download the app, KHTS 1220. Then you can listen to our podcast.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because there may be something Charlene's going to say that you want to
Put in your archives.
forever.
That's right.
Okay, bullet points. Go, girl. What do you got?
Yeah, so we wanted to start off with the escrow side and talk about earnest money deposits. I think this is a big something we should talk about, especially when you are looking to purchase a home for the first time. One of your first steps is putting down your earnest money deposit.
Big words here.
Big words.
Ernst. I've never even heard the word. Seriously, it's how you spell it?
I'm
EARNSD.
free to jump in.
Yeah, it's the earnest money deposit. Earnest.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, earnest.
Earnest.
The earnest money deposit.
So what is it?
That is your deposit into the escrow per your contract. So it could be anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000.
Now I'm a
to
dummy.
$20,000.
I'm a dum when it comes to real estate, and that's why Charlene, the number one mortgage lady, is here. So when you buy a property, you open escrow
Yes.
with earnest money.
Earnest money deposit.
Got it.
Yes, and that is all allocated per your contract that you've agreed to between buyer and seller. The biggest thing about your earnest money deposit is that you need to make sure, Charlene, you can jump in on this, is that it is sourced through an account that your lender has already looked at.
Right. So when we go to do your loan pre-approval, we're going to look at your bank statements, your 401ks, your IRAs, etc. And that's going to let me know where the money's coming from. So, for example, if your earnest money deposit's $5,000, we want to make sure that in those bank statements we show there's enough money to cover that initial deposit. Because if we are short, and you are going to be getting any type of gift funds from a relative, family member, those sources of funds will need to be sourced. We have to show proof. We have to show where those are coming from.
Correct. So the biggest thing is you don't want to just take the $5,000 out of your mattress at home because it's not sourceable funds. And we've had this happen before in escrow where it causes problems on the backside, where now we have to get the buyer to come in with an additional $5,000 of sourced funds to be able to proceed with their loan.
Right.
But I would imagine, that there's a number of people. We should have like some music background to this conversation, Cody. I'm just thinking, let's play with some music to the background here. We're talking about earnest money. But I mean, there's a lot of people that do keep, let me hear that. That's earnest money music. The show is called At Home with Charlene. Look, Como's going to bed tonight thinking about Charlene and mortgages. You don't have to do that. So earnest money, but a lot of people literally have money under the mattress.
Correct. And those are the type of funds that we can't allocate into the file. They have to come through a sourced account. Escrow companies do not accept cash.
Interesting.
So again, it would be whatever your contract is marked. If your contract is marked that it's coming in by wire, the escrow company is going to get a hold of you with wiring instructions for you to deposit the funds.
Okay, I got a million questions. So is this, Charlene, the appropriate time to talk about gifting? Is this part of it too?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have the funds in your account, let's just say your down payment's going to come from a 401k or an IRA, and it's going to take you a week, 10 days to maybe
or
pull
3 months.
Yeah, or pull those funds out. You obviously don't have the funds available for your earnest money deposit. So those funds can be sourced. We will source those funds. Usually the grantor of the money will have to show some type of bank statement, some type of proof that they had those funds available in their account and that they had the ability to gift. And if we don't have those sourced funds, and if somebody has mattress money and they want to put that into their account, we usually need 60 days of seasoned funds. So if you're thinking, oh, shoot, I need to use this money, well, get your money into the bank. Don't just leave it in your mattress. If you're thinking about buying down the road, put that in your account. Let's get 60 days seasoning, and you'll be on track.
Okay, so I'm going thumbs up on that. So that's really what we want the listeners to take away. You really need 60 days prior.
If it's cash, you want to put that in your account and have it seasoned.
Cash, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at that point, when she pulls the bank statements, it's going to show that deposit of the cash.
So is this
being
an
put in.
issue, or am I making it an issue? Is this, do people?
No, it is an issue.
It is an
It is an issue?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. What's your second bullet point? Or that was earnest money.
Yes. We
And
also...
and if it's cash, 60 days. I'm taking notes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think this is good information that everyone should know because there are things that we come across on a daily basis. And,
Is this going to be on my real estate test?
Yes.
Okay.
It's my own personal test for you, Coach.
No, but you can test me. I'm taking notes, but I'm just saying if I take my real estate test, is this earnest money question going to be on there?
Yeah, it could be on there.
All right.
It is part of the purchase contract. So if
Okay.
you're going to take a real estate test,
You
I
got a
would
test
think it
date
is.
yet, Coach?
See, we're trying to get Coach
Stop
on
it,
board with
Brian.
this.
Cut his mic off, Cody. No, I would love to become one of the agents for Charlene. I really would.
I told him.
I just don't know if I could pass the test.
Yes, you can.
Sure.
How
you
many
could.
questions are on this test?
It's not about the test. It's about the preparation for the test.
This is a cheap plug. If you want to be an agent for Charlene, who would they call?
Call me.
Well, do we
Go
give
on.
your number out?
Well,
Is
they
that
could
okay
go
to
on.
give it
They
out?
can go on the KHTS website, or they could go on my Facebook page. Message me.
Facebook is good.
Yes.
Okay, so if you're listening, you want, I need more friends too, so this is more about me than you. So, Facebook, Charlene, do you have a last name? Gill.
Jill.
Charlene Gill on Facebook, or you can call her at MS, what's the mortgage company?
CSMC Mortgage.
But nobody's going to call that.
No.
People are going to call
They're
Charlene.
gonna come to my Facebook page.
Okay, so bullet point number 2 was
Yeah, we want to talk about the benefit of ordering pre-titles. This is if you are thinking about selling your home, thinking about purchasing. And we also should be talking specifically about wire fraud, because wire fraud is a huge concern. It's a huge issue right now, not just in the escrow side, but just in general. Everyone should be aware of it. So,
Absolutely.
But we have to take a break. This is I don't even know about this stuff. There's wire fraud going on?
Oh, yes,
a lot.
and it's huge.
Absolutely.
A lot?
Yes.
Oh my God. The show is called At Home with Charlene. I'm learning so much, and I'm going to take a real estate test. I think we'll be right back on the show called At Home with Charlene on KHTS.
You've been assigned to plan your office party. Time to bring in the experts. AV Party Rentals is your go-to place for the most innovative holiday party ideas. AV's been planning Santa Clarita events from giant galas to intimate gatherings for longer than, well, since Rudolph was a young fawn. AV will turn your office party into a winter wonderland. See the latest holiday displays at Santa Clarita's favorite wedding, party, and holiday event rental store, AV Party Rentals on Newhall Avenue and at avpartyrental.com.
When it's time to improve your game, it's time for Roger Dunn. Roger Dunn Golf Shops have all the top brands with professional assistants who will actually guide you with helpful advice. They've got it all. The brand names, the apparel, accessories, clubs, training equipment, videos, GPS rangefinders. It's the one store to find the perfect gift for your golfing enthusiast. Roger Dunn is the only Santa Clarita store where you can trade up your equipment. Improve your game. Roger Dunn on Main Street in Old Town Newhall.
Buying your home can sometimes be challenging. That's why Charlene Gill with CSMC Mortgage is your Santa Clarita mortgage expert. What's important to you is to secure a loan at the best possible rate, to have a professional guide you through the process, and to close on time. Charlene's 23 years of experience in the mortgage industry and her personal expert knowledge in the Santa Clarita Valley makes her your mortgage expert. Contact Charlene at hometownstation.com/Charlene. hometownstation.com/Charlene. Santa Clarita Transit is excited to once again offer the Holiday Light Tour. Visit the McBean Regional Transit Center December 21st through the 23rd and climb aboard one of the hometown trolleys or dial-a-ride buses and enjoy a tour of some of our city's most festive neighborhoods. The tour will run approximately every 30 minutes, starting at 6 p.m. Admission is on a first-come, first-served basis and is only $3 per person or free with a donation to the Santa Clarita Valley Food Pantry. Visit SantaClaritaTransit.com.
Weekends are now exciting in Santa Clarita as Persia Hookah Lounge hosts its House of Entertainment every weekend night from 8 to 11. Thursdays feature a DJ on the hookah patio. Stop by Fridays for performances by Belly Dancer of the Universe winner Jasmina, or Saturdays to hear great local live bands. Persia Lounge also caters for both homes and businesses, starting as low as $8. Discover Persia Hookah Lounge on Main Street, where it's all happening in Old Town Newhall. Persia-lounge.com.
This holiday season, Party Homes has a special gift for homebuyers. Shiny new appliances, merry and bright. Right now, during our Home for the Holidays event, when you buy a new move-in ready home at Arista or Verano before December 31st, we'll outfit your new home with a brand new GE washer, dryer, and French door refrigerator. Don't wait, this special offer ends December 31st, 2017. Visit partyhomes.com/home for the holidays for details.
Hometown, your hometown station.
At Home with Charlene. It's Thursday. She's smart. Let me just say this. If you're thinking about financing, mortgage, loans, becoming an agent, like I'm going to try to become an agent, I don't know if I can pass the test. I don't know if I have enough brains, but I'm going to try. We need background music for this show. You know, when we get into these subjects.
What are you looking for? What kind of music?
Price is Right?
Yeah.
Do you want anything
game
from The
show
Price is
music?
Right?
Let's try some different. Let's try some.
just
So
game
right
show
now we're
music?
going to talk about a really serious issue. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're driving, you might just want to pull over. You just pull over to the side of the road, because if you're going to open up an escrow, there's something called wire fraud that's happening.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Oh
there
my
is.
God. This is freed from
All Valley Escrow.
All Valley Escrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
We in the industry that we're in, We have been, not per se our company, but there have been companies out there that have been hit with wire fraud. And in the past, what we would do is we would send wiring instructions to the buyer to initiate their wire for their earnest money deposit. What's happening is in the interim of that email, the email is being picked up by a hacker in between. The hacker will change the information on the wiring instructions.
Wow.
Then they will forward it into the buyer's email like it came from us. And at that point, the buyer arbitrarily initiates their wire because they don't know any difference. There has been many companies that have been hit. Now, to protect that, we send everything encrypted. So the only person that can get into that encryption email is the person that it's going to, which would be our ultimate buyers. We don't send wiring instructions to the agents any longer because once they initiate and move them forward or open them, the encryption goes away. So it's very important. I do know some of the escrow companies are now actually sending wiring instructions unencrypted, but they leave out the account number so the buyer will call them for the account number. So yeah, it's a very big thing. It's huge.
You know, there was years ago where through escrow we did just checks.
Absolutely.
And we didn't do wires. Do you think they're going to go back to the check system again?
On a earnest money deposit, we can take a personal check because we have plenty of time to clear that check. We cannot take a personal check on closing funds. There's not enough time to initiate it and clear it. We don't even really like to take a cashier's check anymore on closing funds. A cashier's check can have a stop payment put on it. So really, closing funds should be initiated to an escrow company in a wire.
Wow, I don't know what to say. I'll say this. The show is called At Home with Charlene. And you know, you talked about years ago there was checks. I don't even know if Cody even knows what a check is, but there was also buggy whips years ago. There were horses. We used to ride horses. So
What, to the bank?
Horses. Yeah, horses and
Where are you
checks.
riding
You really
them around
predate
to?
yourself there, Coach.
Yeah, horses and checks may be coming back. You're listening to KHTS Radio with us from Farmers Insurance. You got to make this insurance fun, okay? If you don't make it fun, I'm going to have Cody
Absolutely.
cut off your mic.
Insurance is fun.
Oh, yeah.
But insurance is important for us.
Insurance is fun.
Absolutely.
But you know what? You're on the show because this is a really serious issue right now. So many people, my God, over 800, close to 900 properties were burned, destroyed. And we don't know how many were even damaged. So have you gotten any calls yourself?
Yeah, you know, I've been pretty fortunate. I've gotten a few phone calls from voluntary evacuations.
Okay.
But thankfully, in these last set of fires, the Thomas fire and the Creek fire and the Rye fire, none of my clients have lost their homes or the properties. Although just this October that just passed in Northern California, I had a homeowner that his house burned down to the ground.
Wow. So
So
I'm asking my wife, you know, we may switch our insurance to you because I kind of like you. So I asked my wife, are we fully insured? And she said, yes, of course. And I said, well, you know, when's the last time we talked to our agent? That's the problem. He's not around. He's somewhere else. I'm not going to say. He's a nice man. But, you know, how often do we check our policies? I mean, literally, I haven't checked my insurance policy since we've been in the home. And so what do you insure? I mean, it sounds like a stupid question, but we bought our home for this price, and our home is another price. So maybe we're not insured properly.
Well, you know, you bring up a really good point.
Finally.
You actually should probably visit your policy and talk to your agent at least once a year. You know, we're so busy and life is so busy and fast, and we got a million things that we're always doing, and insurance is usually one of the last things on our mind until we actually need to use it. But, you know, my agency, we reach out to our clients at least annually and say, hey, we'd like to have a review with you, either on the phone or at your home or in my office.
Have people been calling and saying, have people been going through their policies?
Yeah, I mean, now especially, people are calling saying, yeah, hey, you know, am I insured properly? Do I have enough coverage in case there is a fire in my area? So, yeah, we're doing reviews, but I think to follow up with your question, you said, what do you insure for? Well, you know, that you're insuring to rebuild your home. That's what you're insuring for.
Slow it down. We need some insurance music here. Cody, can you get me some kind of insurance music that we're playing while we're talking? Something. Oh, good. I like that.
That's a good one.
So, okay, repeat what you said. So I bought my house and insured it, but the value of the home has gone up probably 30%. So we haven't changed our policy.
Right.
So if the house burns down, what's going to happen?
So you're not insuring the land. Okay, you're insuring to the cost to rebuild your home. So you're insuring. So, your house may appraise for $600,000, but it might only cost $350,000 to rebuild.
Does the policy include clearing the property, the bulldozer?
Yes.
It does include that. Okay.
Debris removal is included. The reconstruction costs. What that limit includes is material, labor overhead to rebuild. So, but then there is an inflation guard in most homeowners insurance policies too. So every year you see that your limit's going up 4%, let's say, because the cost of living, the cost of materials, everything's going up.
Right.
So that there is an inflation guard in most insurance policies.
Okay, so but we don't know this stuff, Brian. You need to do a school or something.
Here's the deal. Now people, they'll take a loan out and they'll remodel or they'll
who
put
are
an
they getting
addition.
a loan from, Brian?
Well, from Charlene.
There you go.
Charlene, we got a problem here that we've got to just work with.
No.
We've got.
They're not on board. Cody and Brian aren't on board
Cody's going to be on board. Cody will be on board. Brian, we got to get on board. So let's back up this tape. We're doing it live, but back up the tape. Okay. So who would you call for a new mortgage, Brian?
Charlene Gill.
Okay. Nice job.
I have a question on the insurance side. So I've had it a couple times where, the client will get a quote and at the last minute they're like, oh, we can't do this policy. Do you guys underwrite the insurance up front, or is the insurance underwritten after we close on the purchase?
So we, an agent is supposed to do their field underwriting. So I'm the agent. You call me and say, hey, we're in escrow on this house. As an insurance agent, it's our job to go out and do field underwriting, which means we go in, we inspect the property, we take some measurements, we look at the surrounding property, the brush area, how close it's to the house, and if you do those things, those steps, then it prevents that from happening. Mm-hmm. It prevents the carrier coming back and saying, oh, we're not going to insure now because, you got chipped paint, you've got, overhanging tree branches that are touching the roof. Those sorts of things will make the company say, sorry, we're backing out now.
Now, I'm nervous because my agents never come out. My agent's in Thousand Oaks, so I'm a little nervous. I'll probably be calling you next week. Farmers Insurance. Yeah, I love your commercials. Do you know the logo on your?
The more you know,
yeah,
the better you can prepare. Yeah,
that's your logo.
Well, no, that's our tagline. That's our tagline, Farmers Insurance. I like it. I mean, it's.
What's Charlene's tagline?
I don't know. What is it?
I don't know.
We need a tagline.
I've been thinking
at home
about
with Charlene. We need something like go to bed thinking about a mortgage. Then think about Charlene. That's not a good tagline.
No, not really.
We need a Freed. We need a Freed. We need a tagline. And we need music behind our insurance guest from Farmers Insurance, Bryan Kreuzberger. Great last name.
See, there's prices right there.
That's
there we go.
That is the prices right.
I told
insurance
you.
money. Now give me mortgage. That is okay. Brian, you'll come back as a guest, I'm sure, right?
Absolutely.
Or maybe even a sponsor. But no, can we play some mortgage? Now we found insurance music. How about All Valley Escrow music? We need All Valley. Let's see. You got some All Valley Escrow.
I'm a little country.
Oh, me too. Really, you are?
I knew I liked you.
Country
I knew
music.
I liked you.
Love country music.
Well, what's my theme on my Tuesday show? Play my theme.
And you didn't like my intro guitar.
I got to be honest.
I've been working hard on that myself.
You're the most honest mortgage lady in town, and I'm the most honest host in town. So, no, I like country music. You don't like country music?
I do.
Charlene's a country name.
I grew up with parents who listen to country music.
God bless them. Are they listening to the show?
No, probably not.
Why?
I don't. Well, my dad's deceased, so he doesn't have the ability.
I'm sorry.
But my mom I don't know. She might be tuning in.
On KHTS 1220 AM, there's an app.
Yes.
You can listen, or go to hometownstation.com.
Yeah.
Okay, are you playing for Freed, my music on Tuesday? Freed's going to like this. Little George Strait. Here we come. You're listening to, we can't have dead silence on the air. You're listening to At Home with Charlene, and we're just taking a little music
We're on
break
standby
here.
for some country.
Yeah, some country. It'll come up. So we found insurance music. We will find All Valley music, escrow music in a second. But we need Charlene music. We need,
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't
in
know.
the background. So
Yeah, we gotta find
give me
something.
more bullet points. What else do you got?
Yeah, well,
that was a good segment.
One other thing that I think is really important. We touched a little bit on it last week, but I'd prefer if Brian touched base on it because he probably has a little bit more in-depth information. But that's on what I'm sure there's tons of people who lost their home that weren't in preparation, and lost all their belongings inside and are racking their brain on thinking, what did I lose? I cannot think about everything that was in my home. What is something somebody can do to bullet point, checklist, make note of the things that they have in their home that are irreplaceable?
That's a great point, Charlene. I bring this up all the time to my clients, and I post it on Facebook and social media all the time. The best thing that you can do, to be prepared is, get your smartphone out. Everybody's got a smartphone nowadays, and take a video recording of every room in your house. Your drawers, inside your drawers, your closets, take a 60-second video, or
A little personal going into the drawer.
you never know. You jewelry in there, stuff like
Yes,
that.
I have a bag of diamonds. So
There you go.
How would you know that?
And what drawer
then-
is that in, Coach?
What's your address?
Yeah.
and then save it to the cloud, and then you've got that. In the event that there is a fire claim, and you call your insurance company and say, hey, look, God forbid my house burned down, but I have a video here of everything in my house, and it just makes it that much easier in settling a claim efficiently and accurately.
That is a great suggestion, and I was teasing though. But if you do have a bag of diamonds, or like Charlene does, a bricks of gold, you need to have. Don't you need to have like the, what do you call it, the appraisal, right? You got it. Can you talk about that for a second? For antiques, valuables, you can't just say I lost, 3 bricks of gold.
Sure. Yeah, no, that's so when it comes to especially items like antiques or fine art or jewelry,
right,
or firearms or whatever it is, the standard homeowners policy has a set sub limit for that stuff.
Oh.
So it might be $2,000 for jewelry, and unless you endorse the policy with a rider for your $15,000 engagement ring, you're only going to get, the policy limit of $2,000. So those items you need appraisals, and you need to talk to your agent. Say, hey, I have a collection of fine art. Let's get this endorsed.
Got it.
So yeah, it's very important.
Show's called At Home with Charlene. If you're thinking about anything about money, don't hesitate to call her. You can find her on Facebook, Charlene Gill. You can find her at your mortgage company. She's a big mucky muck over there. But you talk to people. I mean, you actually will talk to people.
Absolutely. I talk to everybody.
Yeah.
There isn't somebody that doesn't need help.
What's
that
the
we
name of
won't
the
talk-
mortgage company?
CSMC Mortgage.
Can you say it? We need music for that. We're going to work on music. We're going to work on mortgage
Music's
music.
a big deal today, Cody.
Well, we have music for the insurance guy, Brian. Oh, yeah, this is for All Valley Escrow. Listen to the words on this for All Valley Escrow.
Is this a sing-along?
I'll do a little commercial. So if you're, look, this is George Strait.
He's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Classic.
So if you're thinking about buying a home, and Freed would be a good person to talk to, you'd recommend a mortgage agent?
Yes.
Who would you recommend, you think?
Charlene.
Oh, good. What about an insurance guy?
Brian.
Yeah. And what about real estate? You can't recommend anybody.
I really
Aren't you
can't.
like you're
I am
you're
the
a
middle person.
You're a referee.
Yes, I am a referee.
At All Valley
Absolutely.
Escrow.
Yes, I am.
That's a good name for your position, Freed.
Referee.
Yeah.
I have my boxing gloves on.
What do you think of your music, All Valley music?
I like it.
All right, back to Charlene. We still need. What kind of music do you want to back up your mortgage claims?
I don't know. I really like the
You
intro
like
I have.
Elvis?
We just have to have something that makes a punch right there.
What about Elvis? No. No? All right.
Yeah,
What
put a
about,
little thought
well,
into
what
that.
was your favorite group growing up in the 90s or 2000s?
I don't know. I had so many.
Weren't you just talking about Air
Yeah.
Supply?
How about the Eagles?
I liked them. Air
Hotel
Supply,
California?
Eagles,
Journey.
Brian.
Journey. I mean,
Journey's
I had
good. Journey's real good.
REO Speedwagon?
Oh,
I had
yeah.
a tape that had all these songs front and back, and I would just sit and memorize these songs over and over and over again. That's what I did then,
Okay, if
on
you-
a tape deck.
If your what would be your favorite group right now? You're going to put your tape deck in. Come on, girl. Come on, Charlene. Come on.
I don't know. Let's put on some Journey or Air Supply.
Okay, let's find Mr. Como can do that. What do you want to talk anything? Last week we had such people complimenting on our show because you really got into depth on some mortgage stuff. Anything you want to talk about?
You know, we talked a lot about tax returns, the importance of making sure when you file your tax returns that you understand what your CPA is putting on your paperwork. 9 times out of 10, I'll have somebody coming to me that, I make great money, but your tax returns aren't reflecting that. So that's one thing that we really touched base on last week. And I just want to make sure that as we come into tax season, that everybody really pays attention to that not always is a write-off, the most important thing to put on your tax return because it takes away from your income source. So, we have lots of points that, we'll continue to make week after week.
A lot of compliments on the show last week. Freed, you want to say something?
I want to ask a question on that. So if you're a first-time home buyer and you are looking at purchasing in 2018, do you need to file your 2018 taxes to do that? Or your 2017 taxes to do that?
So they're up to, I think the cutoff is April 15th. We will take the previous 2 years' tax returns. So as soon as we hit the cutoff for April 15th, now we're going to require the 2018 tax returns.
But won't you take bank statements too?
There's bank statement programs. Those are a little bit of a niche program, but there is a bank statement program. So if you don't want to show your tax returns, but you have an significant amount of income that comes through your bank statements, then there's definitely a program like that too.
What's the number one question you get asked as running a mortgage company? Save it for our break because we're going to take a break right now. Come on, back. The show is called At Home with Charlene. You're listening to award-winning KHTS radio, and we promise you next week we will have music, mortgage music, right? We're
going to have music.
Mortgage
We will have all
music.
kinds of music, I assure you.
Just remember one thing. If you're thinking about money, it's Charlene. We'll be right back.
It's never been so easy to have a great night out. Whether it's a date night or girls' night out, experience Pinot's Palette in Valencia or Encino. Order your favorite drink from the bar and paint your very own masterpiece. No art experience needed. Local artists make it easy for you. So you can paint, sip, and listen to great music while creating a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. Fun, relaxing, and memorable. Pinot's Palette. To book your party, go to pinotspalette.com. That's pinotspalette.com.
California Credit Union, the only credit union in Santa Clarita focused on our educational community. California Credit Union offers low rates on loans for personal and business services, along with financial services for teachers, students, staff, and families. Free checking and very low new and used auto loan rates.
California Credit Union, your personal credit union, located in the River Oak Shopping Center next to Target.
Visit us and open an account today. Insured by NCUA, an agency of the federal government.
We all know someone impacted by the Las Vegas tragedy. It's touched our valley and thousands of households. Many of us were actually there. In Santa Clarita, we had 1 fatality and 14 injured by bullets. Many more were injured trying to escape. Others are still traumatized by their ordeal, finding challenges returning to normal lives. The law firm of Owen Patterson Owen is helping many Las Vegas victims get financial assistance for their ordeal. If you know someone impacted by the shooting, visit opolaw.com.
The magic of the Christmas season comes to life on stage with Santa Clarita Ballet's production of The Nutcracker. This captivating and thoroughly entertaining holiday classic performed by Santa Clarita Ballet features characters that delight audiences. Travel with Mary and her Nutcracker to the land of sweets, where she meets the Sugar Plum Fairy. Performances run Saturday, December 16th through Sunday, December 17th at Santa Clarita Performing Arts Center at COC. Call 251-0366 or visit SantaClaritaBallet.net.
First impressions say it all. Choosing the right makeup is critical to that first impression and keeping your skin looking young and healthy. That's why Santa Clarita's Jen Gerard created Gerard Cosmetics. Inspired by women of all ages who gravitate toward classic and timeless beauty with a modern twist, Gerard Cosmetics. Superb quality and pigmentation, along with lip glosses and lipsticks in colors for everyone. The internationally acclaimed Gerard Cosmetics. Discover your new look at GerardCosmetics.com.
Hometown. Your hometown station.
It's a good one.
Charlene has to like it. I don't like it. Charlene, if you're just thinking of mortgages, just one name, Charlene, and we'll figure out. Well, you can go on Facebook and find her, Charlene Gill. Every Thursday, if you tune into our show, we're going to try to make it fun. Mortgages, insurance, escrow. We have Freed here from All Valley Escrow. Brian represents really a fine company. I know about them. Farmers, you obviously know about Farmers. And we try to do a lot. Charlene tries to do a lot in the community. So I want to give a shout out to Castaic Elementary. They're hosting a children's clothing drive for students affected by the fires at Sylmar. So thank you, Charlene. It's a very sweet thing. Drop off your gently used clothing. Interesting. At the Firehouse Subs in Valencia. So Charlene, thank you for the good work. You care about this community. That's why you're so successful. So we only have about 6-7 minutes left. This is your time to express yourself about anything: politics, sports. Loans.
I mean, there's a few things that I wanted to bring up, and last week I did a little research into Red Cross, and I thought, they need a lot of volunteers right now. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, and I know everyone's probably driving and in your car, but I'll try to make this simple. If you go to redcross.org/volunteer, you can go to the section Apply Now. You can get your Red Cross ID number and sign up for your online orientation. In order to be a Red Cross volunteer, they indicate you must be vetted to do so. But they need tons of volunteers, and this is how they would like you to go about volunteering and becoming vetted. I also looked into the city and the county of Ventura, and what they're currently working on is some type of RV ordinance and or rental assistance for those who've been displaced from their homes. So what they're trying to figure out is, those that have RVs, or maybe, they're looking to see if they can place RVs on some of the lots that have burnt down, so that the homeowners can at least stay in their location and kids can still go to schools and, stay on track. And they're looking for rental assistance, because I'm sure the rentals in that area are very hard to come by right now. There's probably an influx of people in general trying to find rentals, but then you put this kind of a situation on top of it with the fires, and it's going to make it that much harder to find rentals as well. So really, I just wanted to wrap the show up today with, it's important to volunteer. It's important to get involved when something happens in your community. It's important to help others that have lost something, because at some point, at some time in your life, you're going to be in a position where you're going to need help, you're going to need assistance, and you're going to need somebody to step up and help you and your family. So I would appreciate and encourage everybody to really reach out and try to see what you can do to help, see what you can do to volunteer, see what you can do to help the Red Cross. I try to put as much information out there. So again, redcross.org/volunteer. Apply now, get your Red Cross ID number, and sign up for the orientation so you can become vetted.
That's Charlene Gill, ladies and gentlemen. She is not only very, very successful, she's smart, and she cares about our community. So thank you for saying that.
Yeah, I think that's important.
CSMC Mortgage. That's how people, I just got a text. Somebody said, I want to talk to Charlene. So you can find her at CSMC Mortgage. CSMC Mortgage. Charlene Gill, every Thursday at 2 o'clock. And every week we're going to try to make the show fun. Next week we're going to have music, dancing. Who knows what we're going to have.
Next week we're going to have a couple agents on. We're going to talk about, the increase in values over the last year. We're going to talk about meridian price income. We're going to talk about
meridian price.
New developments coming out. We're going to talk about the increase in loan limits for the year. So very impactful show that we have planned for next week. So.
And then Brian should be on standby every Thursday at 2 to get a call. We should have like the insurance call. And then we'll work on like the insurance minute. I mean, what you said you said a lot of cool stuff today. You really did.
But there's some things we didn't even touch base on.
And we're going to not touch base.
Yeah.
To be continued.
To be continued.
We'll talk about it.
And then Freed was here. She's fun in her Boise State blue, and she's country all the way like that.
Yeah. Thank you.
All Valley Escrow. You're impartial referee.
Been doing
you don't take sides.
I do not take sides. I've been in the industry for 35 years.
So one of the things I want to have you come back at some time because I want to talk about the 500 pieces of paperwork you have to fill out.
Yeah, there is a lot.
What the heck happened, man?
Yeah.
When I bought my first house, I think it was like one sheet, Charlene.
That's scary. I remember too.
Your whole family is applying, Coach.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, it's unbelievable. We're going to learn so much.
But we make it fun for you.
Yeah.
It's a fun process. We become friends with our clients.
But you need to do something different, like offer donuts or something. Donuts with Charlene. Come on, girl. Donuts.
Keurig coffees.
With
Keurig?
Charlene?
Yeah, you want a Keurig?
You have Keurig?
We do.
How about cupcakes with Charlene?
If you want to
get a loan,
and get a cupcake.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm serious. Let's
actually do a loan. She'll give you 12. She'll give you a dozen.
Yeah, you want a dozen cupcakes?
There you go.
There you go.
Now we have. Now this
it's
show's
substance.
Huh, Cody? Would that get if you were going to borrow money at some point? You're going to go to Charlene for a loan. I know you are.
Yeah, I would definitely want a cupcake at the very least. So
bingo. Yeah. There you go.
But we have a plan for Cody. Remember, we started it last week.
Yeah, his parents have a plan for him. Do your parents listen to the show? They should start listening. What's your mom and dad's name?
Jim and Ellen. I believe they are working around this time of day. So depends how hard they're working.
They can listen on the app, on the KHTS app.
Of course.
Yeah, all right. See you next week. The show is called At Home with Charlene, and we hope you're having as much fun as we are. Also, if we don't see you between now, a lot of people are leaving town going skiing. Are you going skiing?
No, we're going to be in town.
We'll be here next week, right?
We'll be here next week.
All right. Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah if you're leaving town from Charlene Gill.